previously during the investigation.
Welcome to Greenvale. Agent Francis York Morgan.
You're out of your mind. The goddess won't smile for you anymore, George.
Emily. Which room is Emily in? That wasn't a reversed peace mark. Red tree. Zach, I need you to pray with me. Pray that things have not gone too far.
There! Over there!
It's anything. This is chapter, this is part 38. Yeah, 38 of my playthrough of Deadly Premonition. This is Conservative Cat, and this is how episode 6 of the game starts. Zach Morgan. That right there should give you a big clue. This is going to be a very Zach-centric chapter. The goal of this sequence is to get to the clock tower before 13 strikes of the bell, for the bell strikes 13 times. We're playing as the Raincoat Killer, who has a melee attack that instantly kills any shadow that walks up to it. And while this is all going down, Amazing Grace is playing in the background. The people do not do any damage. I mean, they do damage, but so little. It's better just to run past them rather than fight, since you are on a time limit. And it will take at least 6 or 7 strikes of the clock before you even get to the grounds. This isn't very difficult. As long as you keep running, you'll get there in plenty of time. He walks obscenely slow, and plus you're being chased by people the entire time. I really like the effect they did here. The source sepia, and you're about to see how come this sequence is even here. But remember, the clock tower is where all the military started. Where the military started bringing the purple fog into Greenvale. So this is where the entire sort of screwed up mythology came from. This is where the shadows came from. I think it's a nice little look back. Once you get close enough, it'll automatically jump to 12 rings. Now, after that cutscene, a horde of these guys will run at you, but you can easily dodge around them. Even though there's so many of them, because they spend quite a bit of time just cheering. You have quite a bit of time to get over to the node at the base of the clock tower to end the Raincoat Killer sequence. So, it starts. We are going to be going back to York now, which, as you can see, is going to be a otherworld sequence.
Daddy, Mommy, and Grandpa. Everyone's acting strange.
It's okay. Zach, the situation has gone way out of control. We need to get inside the theater.
Okay, apparently you were hallucinating, and it was actually York running up to the clock tower. Which is also the theater. Basically all your former allies are acting crazy and will try to kill you. But if you try to retaliate, you will instantly go crazy and game over. But you can easily run around them. They are not as powerful as the shadows. Just dodge around and go straight to the theater and you'll be out of it in less than a couple seconds. But then you'll be transported to the White Room. Here in the White Room you'll be able to do some last minute preparations, save, change your equipment, maybe change your outfit if you need to. Let me check this. It's starting to get dirty, but I think that I'll stick with the I'll stick with it for now since it's his default equipment outlook, clothing outlook. Yeah, that'll work fine. We can also shave, you know. You can always tell when there's a boss fight or something coming up because you'll have one of these sequences. But I guess that this White Room area, since it affects how things are in the real world, is actually a tangible location, not just in York's mind.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter? Very well then. Off you go, Mr. York.
What's going to follow is a long cutscene, so you're not going to hear from me for a while. I'll see y'all at the next break.
And finally you arrive, York.
George is dead. You've got nowhere left to run.
George! Oh, right, George.
He was a funny one. I gave him a toy locket, and he was so impressed, so moved. But he wasn't very intelligent. He was born in this town, you see, and it took him too long to discover the Red Seeds. Binding down people's rules is a sign of small-mindedness, and that was what George represented in life.
I'm taking Emily.
Oh, but I can't allow that now, can I? York, you left her to me, in my care. Remember? I told you to come with us, didn't I? You must remember that. But you didn't come. You chose your job over the woman that you love.
Casey, this chit-chat is over.
Over? Indeed it is. My fun with Emily ended just a moment ago. It was a fantastic moment. Like eating a full-course dinner that ends with the ultimate dessert. I fed her a fake story about my past, and she took in every word.
Cut out your nonsense. I told you, no more talk.
There you go, York. That's right. Feel the hate boiling from the bottom of your stomach. That's what makes little men create such great and amazing history. Just like tiny ants that make giant ant hills. You know, I just had dessert, and yet I'm already hungry again. No wonder why I keep failing at keeping a diet.
Kaysen, stop. The next one will pierce you between your eyes.
York.
Emily, it's me. I'm here. Don't worry. Everything will be fine now.
York? Is that you? Oh, thank God. York,
Emily, no. That isn't me.
York. York.
Emily!
York, I'm sorry,
It's okay, Emily. Hurry, come over here. We need to get you to the hospital.
I can't. I can't go to you. I've been soiled.
No, that's not true. You have a heart that can't be soiled. No matter what happens to your body, you are still yourself.
York,
Oh, didn't I tell you? Getting these saplings to sprout requires a certain technique. What do you think? Artistic, isn't it? It's like a surrealistic painting.
York, shoot me.
Emily?
Let me die. Please. York.
do.
I'm sorry, my darling.
Let her go!
Remove that sapling from her body, Jason.
Xander, it's too late. Once it's like this, I can't do anything to stop it.
Please, darling. Shoot me. I'd rather die. If you love me, let me die.
At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love. Yes, I couldn't do it. However, you can. When the time comes and you have to make that decision, make the right one. Okay, Zach?
Zach. 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 Morgan. Francis. Zach. Morgan. Francis. Zach. Morgan. I saw you, Zach.
Hey, Zach. It's okay. I'm here. I'm with you. I'll be with you always. We can get through this together. Who are you? My name is York. Me and you will always be together. Okay, Zach? I'm you, and you are me. Now, give me your hand.
I remember. I traded places with York. York, the other me. My other personality.
Zach, please, please shoot. Kill me.
York, what should I do? Tell me what to do, York.
Zach, you have to decide for yourself what you must do. I'll be with you no matter what you decide.
There are some things in this world that must be extracted, no matter what. Even if that means losing someone that you love. can't do it. I can't kill Emily.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Stop. Emily!
Ladies and gentlemen, and now the grand finale.
Emily, what have you done?
Zach, I wasn't used as soil at all.
You're beautiful. The most beautiful person I've ever seen.
Thank you, Zach. I wanted to be with you.
Emily, no. You aren't supposed to go over there. That's not the way. Come back, Emily.
York and Zach. Finally, I understand. You two really are best friends. I'm a little jealous.
Hey, stand up, Zach. It's up to you now. Emily, I finally got to meet you face to face. But you had to go with York, didn't you? He always gets the girl. He's a good guy.
You see that too, right? He kept talking to me and ended up pulling me back out of that room.
I'm sure he'll make you very happy.
Why did you bring Zach back? Who the hell are you two? How did you get out of the Red Room?
Okay, on that decision, if you choose to shoot anyone besides Emily, it's a game over. Obviously, if you choose to shoot York, the game will end. If you choose to shoot a Kaysen, the game will end. This is the first phase of the boss fight versus Kaysen. What he's going to do is well, I'll wait until he gets to the beginning of the pattern. Okay, what he's going to do is he's going to sort of bounce around along on the ceiling. Go ahead and shoot at him until he... He'll occasionally also shoot fireballs at you. Wait until... Just keep shooting at him until he falls down. Which, it should take a couple shots. When he screams, he'll fall into the theater, and after he recovers, he will bounce at you. you'll be prompted for a QTE to dodge out of the way before he crushes you. When he falls down, rush over to the end of the stage and unload into him as he's laying on his back. The best weapons for this are either the Magnum, like I'm using, or the assault rifle is also good. If you get headshots, he seems to be mostly immune to body shots when he's actually up on the ceiling. If you hit him with a headshot, it's pretty good. Personally, I found the assault rifle a bit better for this than the Magnum, just because of the rate of fire. Makes it quite a bit easier to shoot, even though the Magnum does more shot per damage. Also, I don't know if you know something. We got this Magnum from Kaysen. Sort of. It was in Willie's doghouse. And it's one of the best weapons to use against him. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Xander, Zach's dad, also used a Magnum revolver like this one. Pretty much the same gun. So, I mean, what do you think? Do you think Kaysen just stole it off of Xander's body after he shot himself? I think that's some pretty cool foreshadowing myself. If that's true, if that was intentional. Which, knowing how this game has been, it probably was intentional. Anyways, this is the easiest of the 3 phases of the boss fight. Really, as long as you're paying attention, you can get by with a full health pack. With full health. And that ends the first phase. After a quick load, we will have the second phase.
Just like that senile old man. Humans are so foolish. So foolish. There's nothing to compare. With one whiff of that gas I made from the seeds, they happily kill each other. Even their neighbors, even the ones they love. Not much compared to the full effects of the seeds themselves, but I still got a really good laugh out of it. Anyway, I think we've had enough fun for today. But I really don't like having to exercise.
Okay, this is by far the hardest phase of the battle against Kaysen, just because of how long it actually is. The whole time you have to do this sort of stick waggle back and forth. and every once in a while you'll be prompted to dodge with the four main keys on the controller. And believe me, this really starts to wear down on your thumbs or your arms or whatever pretty quickly. It's difficult only because of how long it is. There's really not too much to say. Every once in a while he will spit fireballs at you, just dodge them. Dodge when you're prompted like that. He's faster than you. Really, you just want to run as fast as you can while dodging, occasionally. Later on in the stairwell, he'll start firing, yeah, there you go. He'll double fireball you, and one will almost always hit you, because you don't have enough time to dodge, so, I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to dodge that, you just have to take the hit. Right here, my thumb was starting to get really, really tired, so that's why I'm sort of slowing down. I was trying different ways to do it to where I could stay into it. Fortunately, you can use your healing items, so make sure to do that. Really, there's no reason to hold back. Be very generous with the healing items here, because Kaysen, while he's not that difficult, if you do lose to him, you have to go back pretty far.
You're an annoying little bug.
The good news is we don't have to go all the way down there. At least I don't think so. Anyways, just keep toggling back and forth, keep dodging occasionally. Yeah, this is yeah, this is when I was sort of cooling my arm down, you know? Don't be afraid to stop occasionally and let your arm rest, because this is really an endurance training. Huh, okay. That brings us to the third phase.
Emily, I will avenge your death. Just a moment longer. I'll buy you a new dress to make up for all the pain I've caused you. The dress you wore when you came to my hotel room didn't seem to fit you right. Kaysen, I've been meaning to tell you this. You're one crazy guy.
You know, this is the only form of Kaysen's where York looked a little, well, I guess Zack looked a little, frightened by it. Anyways, this is the final form of Kaysen. He will stomp around. He has two different attacks in this form, but really the only thing you need to worry about is the toy in his hand. One of his attacks is he'll fireball at you. Just dodge. You should have no problem with this. He'll also do this little shockwave thing, where these little lines will come out and you'll have to move, sidestep out of the way of them. The assault rifle can work here, but really the Magnum is by far the best weapon for this. So just pump bullets at his toy, and you should ultimately wear him down enough to advance to the next part of the boss fight. One of the things about Kaysen is, as long as you're careful, you can get through this without taking too many hits. Anyways, for how much fear York seemed to show, or Zack seemed to show for Kaysen, he looks pretty normal here. His hand will guard this toy, so you kind of have to wait for a good opening when his fingers aren't in the way. Also, auto locking locks on him, so you have to sort of navigate over to it with just your stick. You can't rely on your guard that much. Aside from Thomas, that's been the case for most of the for all the bosses. Almost always, it's better to left sidestep than right sidestep. As long as you do any kind of sidestep, you'll probably dodge it, though. You can sort of stun lock him like this, and while he's doing that, the head is pretty much, the body, his toy is pretty much immune to, being hit, so the helpfulness of the rapid fire sort of diminishes a bit. Really, it is all about just being patient, paying attention to what's going on, and yeah, sometimes he'll do this, taunt, and it's really easy to get a good shot on his toy when he does that. But he doesn't do that too often. Normally when he does, it's right after he's hit you. And we're just about whittled down his health. Now, you want to bring... Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. You want to bring a rapid-fire weapon as well as your Magnum. And you'll see why you want that rapid-fire here in a minute. And he's just about gone on his health, so I think maybe one or two shots. Uh-oh, here we go. Looks like he dropped some stuff over there, or some loot. There we go. Once his health bar has been completely diminished, Okay, once his health bar has been completely whittled down, he will turn around to hide the toy, finally realizing that's how you're hurting him. And here's when you do want the submachine gun. Here's what he's going to do. He is going to do the shockwave thing at you. This time, however, rather than just sweeping his hand across, he's going to slam his fist right down onto the platform. When he does, well, heal up first. There we go, one medium health kit gives us up perfectly. Okay, he's gonna slam it down, slam his fist down, be ready to side... Okay, for the most part you will never have to worry about, your heart rate during these fights. Anyways, he's gonna slam it down like that. Be sure to dodge out of the way. Otherwise, you will not have time to, you will not be able to move in time to hop on his hand. Now, if you wait too long, he will heal up back to 95% of his health, I read. So essentially, you'll have to fight the entire thing over again. If you miss your chance, what you can do is taunt him. By taunting him, you basically just keep shooting rounds at his face until he gets so angry he feels the need to slam his, yeah, just like that. Stay well enough back to where you're not hit by the initial shockwave, run up to his hand, hop on top. Scurry up his arm. Now you can see his toy right there. Bring out your submachine gun, aim down, fire at his, and he's gone. And that is how you defeat Forrest Kaysen.
It's because you don't understand humans.